A very good afternoon to you and welcome to the Farm Kenya Show. I'm Noki Kimboy and today we are talking about fish farming, all right? We know in Lake Victoria they supply us with very nice mbuta, ngege, yeah? But also we've gotten an opportunity to be able to grow this fish in our farms. And that is the power of a diversified economy where you can take a practice and put an installation, you know, an infrastructure that will be able to support that. So fish farming, can you be able to get a pond and can you be able to get proper fingerlings and take care of them to size and sell to the market? That's what we're going to be talking about today. And my guest is the proprietor of Unjuki Fish Farm,
yes.
Mr. Kariuki himself, Kelvin.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for making time to speak to Farm Kenya.
Much welcome.
All right, so fish farming.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of Kenyans love fish.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
You yourself, are you a big fish eater?
Yeah.
Really?
I do love fish.
Which make? Dry, wet fry?
Dry fry.
Dry fry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when it comes to normal fish farming,
Yeah.
it's very attractive.
Yes.
Because each and every single day we are seeing people eat fish.
Yeah.
Being embraced.
Yes.
Right now we are in Sagana and you're doing fish farming in Sagana.
Yeah.
What kinds of fish are you keeping?
Okay.
And why?
Okay, we are keeping tilapia and catfish.
Okay.
Tilapia because they grow, they grow very fast, but they take about 6 months.
Okay.
And it's also easier to keep them. Tilapia also catfish, the same. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tilapia and catfish.
Yes.
Coming up with this.
Yes.
Because you are doing ponds.
Yeah.
What are the considerations? Because did you have any other options that you're picking from in terms of the fish that you can keep?
Yeah.
Other than tilapia?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Here we just keep tilapia and catfish.
Okay.
There are no other options.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Very, very important. So let's start
Yes.
with when you want to put a pond.
Yes.
Which is very, very critical.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to come into fish farming. They pass here by your farm.
Yeah.
And they're like, that I can do. You see, it's just digging and getting black peppers.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that preparation stage. How does somebody prepare himself to come into fish farming?
Okay, before coming into fish farm, you need to have a land, availability of water, and also capital to start, because you will need to do pond construction and buy fingerlings, buy liner. You will need to buy them.
Okay.
Also, you need to source fingerlings from the light hatcheries, because you can buy fingerlings and then they stagnate. They take a lot of time to grow, or even they stagnate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you for tilapia,
yes,
on average, how long do you take before it's ready for market?
They take around 6 to 7 months, depending on the area they are in. Around this area, they take around 6 to 7. Where it's cold, they take around 9 months.
To a year?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
But you said cold areas, the fish grow slower.
Yeah.
Which is a very important consideration. That's for tilapia. And how about for catfish?
The same.
Oh, it's the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So for starters, before coming in, look, availability of land,
yeah,
availability of water,
yes,
and the starting capital.
Yeah, starting capital.
Yes.
Yes.
And you source this, so let's assume you've sorted the land issue.
Yeah.
The lining, you mentioned it as a component of itself.
Yeah.
Why should somebody who wants to come to this pay attention to this lining thing?
Liners.
Yes.
Because if you don't have good liners, you will tend to use a lot of money to maintain the ponds, because every time they are leaking and your fish requires a certain amount of water. So you will end up maintaining and using a lot of resources, like money, to make sure that your pond are always full. So you need to have proper liners so that your water can always be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
Water, You say that is very critical.
Yes.
Types of water, preferably.
We have water from the river,
Uh-huh.
borehole water, and also there are people who do those local kisimas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just get a pump.
Yeah.
And you sort that out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's very, very important. So you've come, and now it's time to source for the fingerlings.
Yeah.
You're very particular that you have to source them from the right hatcheries.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Talk to me why that is important and how a farmer who's coming into the sector might avoid buying fingerlings that are not good for them.
Okay. Well, the reason you need to buy fingerlings from the right sources, because there are people who interbreed their fish. The ones that give birth, they interbreed a lot. So you find like four generations are giving birth. So when you buy those fingerlings, they will tend to take a very long time to grow, or even they stagnate. But when you buy them from the right source, they will grow very fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interbreeding is a big issue in fish farming.
It's a very big issue.
Really?
Yeah.
And how do you protect yourself from that? I mean, I can imagine.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's reputation-wise, where you're told, fingerlings za pale.
Yes.
Hizo hazikuangi. Lakini za huku.
Yes.
Hizo zinakuwa. How do you make sure?
What we do, we buy brooders from different farms. We buy some from like Nanyuki, others from Loai. We buy from different sources. So we can buy males from one farm and females from another farm to avoid that interbreeding. We can't breed our own fingerlings that we have grown to mature. Yeah.
To avoid that issue of offspring that is not maturing very fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So preferably get them from different
farms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very critical.
Yeah.
Right now, in terms of cost, when you're starting, give us the dimension. For somebody who's coming in, they're not too extravagant. They're just starting. Ni kijana mdogo. Akona maybe 150,000 amepata mahali ama 200. Akona a piece of land and they can access water.
Yes.
What size do you advise, and how many fingerlings do they start with?
A pod of at least 10 meters by 10 meters. You can keep allowed 1,000 fingerlings. And those, after like 6 months, they will give you good money. So you can start with just a small 10 by 10 pod, and you see how they grow. Then from there you can decide if you will do it as a large scale.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very, very important.
Yeah.
So it's critical that you start with 1,000.
Yeah.
Because also sometimes I've heard of this issue of threshold.
Yeah.
In different sectors. That if you're doing, for example, 5 cows for dairy, my friend, their breaking even will be a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
Is it the same with fish that you normally advise somebody to start at a particular number? If at all they are to make profit, and below that number, it becomes difficult to break even?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same. Because you can start with a very small number and they won't give you a lot of money. It will be difficult to cover the amount of money you used to keep them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So very, very important.
Yes.
Start with a sizable amount.
Yes.
And in terms of survival rate, because these fingerlings are growing into fish for the next 6 months or so.
Yeah.
Thereabout. Yeah.
Yes.
Talk to me about maintaining the fish.
Okay.
Yeah. To make sure that they are growing properly.
Yes.
What does this farmer need to be aware of, and how should they handle the fish to make sure that it grows well?
Okay, you need to have fresh water, because after every like 3 months you change the water, because for the fish to grow very, very fast. So after 3 months you need to have fresh water. Also you need to have those, I've told you about the light fingerlings. You need to buy the light fingerlings, because if you don't buy the light fingerlings, they will tend to grow for a very long period. Also you need to make sure that where you have kept them, the place is clean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is cleanliness important in keeping fish?
Because when the ponds are dirty, the oxygen levels are down. And most tree trapias, they struggle when the oxygen levels are down. Mostly in the, at night, plants breathe in oxygen also. So the oxygen levels are down. So also there is that competition. So when you keep the fish, they will struggle at night, mostly trapia. So you need to keep your pots clean and aerated also for them to grow very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So cleanliness is very good to being a fish.
Yeah.
Not a fishers of men, I was trying to get the biblical reference.
Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure that you're taking good care.
Yes.
Cleanliness wise. Let's
Yeah.
talk a little bit about feed.
Yes.
For tilapia.
Yes.
And for catfish.
Yes.
Do they consume almost similar amount of feed?
Trapia, a catfish, it's a lot of feed compared to trapia.
Really?
Yeah. And
Why?
they grow very fast also. Yeah, catfish, it's a lot of feeds compared to trapia.
Okay. So, in terms of feeding,
Yes.
what options are there for? Because when you look at different agricultural spaces,
Yeah.
for example, if you are keeping pigs,
Yes.
hotels become one of your best friends.
Yeah.
Because of the food you're able to collect.
Yes.
And feed. So there is a already established ecosystem
Yeah.
to feed.
Yes.
Yeah, and really supportive of that.
Yeah.
Talk to me about fish. What feed are we talking about?
Okay, feeds, there are two. We have feeds for tilapia and feeds for catfish.
Okay.
Because we look at the protein content of the feed. When the protein is high, the fish will grow very fast. So you need to look at the protein content of the feeds. For catfish should be higher compared for tilapia. Yeah, for catfish should be higher. Protein content should be higher.
Why catfish higher?
That's how they are sold.
Yes.
Yeah.
And because tilapias are pretty popular.
Yeah.
Compared to catfish.
Yes.
In terms of popularity.
Yes.
But from what I'm getting is that there is maybe a higher content protein when it comes to catfish.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting.
Yes.
So it has to be high in protein.
Yes.
Are there local remedies? Because I know there is fish feed that you can buy from an agri-vet.
Yes.
Are there also alternatives that a fish farmer can explore, maybe they make for themselves feed for fish, or is that dangerous?
It's not dangerous. They are, but I would advise people to buy the feeds. Yeah, to get the right feeds for your fish. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that dangerous for you to go the route of, I'm going to make my own
It's
feed?
not dangerous, but we have tried that.
Okay.
But the fish will grow slower compared to when you have bought them feed.
Really?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that experiment that you guys
Because
did.
you are not able to put all the required nutrients.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what were you guys exploring with when you tried making your own feed?
Sunflower, wheat bran, ochonga. We used those multivitamin. Yeah, we used those.
And you realize the fish is growing at a slower rate.
Yeah.
So you just went for the feed that is there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very, very important, because somebody might be thinking about maybe going into feed.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole value chain in of itself.
Yeah.
You could be making fish feed and supplying to the village and whatnot.
Yes.
So very, very important, you say.
Yeah.
You advise that you buy feed.
Yes.
Important. How else are you supposed to take good care of your fish to make sure that they are growing at the right pace?
Yes.
Apart from feeding them well, making sure that there is cleanliness. You
Yes.
talked about cleanliness, very,
Yes.
very important.
Yeah.
Of course, from the get-go, proper fingerlings
Yeah.
that are not coming from, interbred environment.
Yeah.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
Other than feed,
Yes.
talk to me about what a farmer can do.
Yes.
Because I see even protection-wise, you are experimenting with some of the coverings here.
Yeah.
What else can you do to make sure that your fish are growing in a very good environment?
Okay, if you are able to always maintain clean water in your pots, you are pumping the water out and inside. You are pumping the water in and out. Your fish will grow very fast because that will give them a very conducive environment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So water supply is very critical
Yeah,
in this.
yeah.
And is there a lot of water wastage in fish farming? Because we use water. After a while, you remove the water. You need to get clean. Talk to me about the environment and how you set up your farm to make sure that there is no loss
Yes.
or waste when it comes to water.
Okay, depends on where you are getting your water. If you have water that is plenty, you don't have problem changing your water.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have problems of where you are getting your water,
Mm-hmm.
you can keep your water for 2 months. Then you change that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very
And
important.
the fish will just grow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And we're going to take a short break, but when we come back,
Yes.
I want us to talk about market because it's very, very important.
Yeah.
When you are growing your fish,
Yes.
are you thinking about market? There is also competition
Yes.
in the market because there is fish, cage-raised fish,
Yeah.
for example, from the lake.
Yeah.
There are also alternative fish from the sea, for example.
Yeah.
So how are you able to balance that and make sure that competition, you're not making losses?
Yeah.
But before we take that break,
Yes.
in terms of how you handle the fish,
Yes.
a little bit of a background. Your dad was,
Yes.
in the fish value chain.
Yes.
He's done that so you've grown up essentially with fish.
Yes.
Can you confidently say that the fish that is raised in a pond tastes different from the fish that is removed from a lake somewhere?
That one depends on the person who is taking the fish. There are some who say the fish from the lake is sweeter. There are some who prefer the fish from the pond. Depends on the person.
Really?
Yeah,
You, what do you prefer?
the ones from the pond.
You couldn't put your business down, man. You're raising them and you're eating them.
Yeah,
Very, very
because
important.
we take them with their flesh.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Because I see, and the risks when it comes to the fish.
Yeah.
Because there are risks to it.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the agricultural sector are struggling with pests and diseases. This cuts across even with plants and whatnot.
Yeah.
Is there a way to protect the fish from sicknesses? How do you know a fish is sick?
When the fish is just swimming on top of the waters in the pond, you notice that the fish they are not okay. Only if you see them gasping for air, they are just on top. When you see your fish are just on top, you notice that your ponds are not conducive for those fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
In terms of ensuring that your fish is healthy, how do you make sure that what observations do you have to be very keen about the fish to know whether they are doing well or they're not doing well?
Okay, how your fish are behaving. If you see them, they are just down there at the bottom of the pond, they are very much comfortable. That means that your ponds are well maintained and they are clean. But if you only see them on the top of the pond, means the pond has a problem. The oxygen levels might be down, or the ammonia might be very high. Also, there is a problem if you overfeed them and if you underfeed them. So there are certain ways that you should feed them.
Okay.
Feeding also is very important.
It has to be very precise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you overfeed them, they will start dying
Why?
because of ammonia.
Okay.
Yeah.
So too much ammonia.
Yeah, oxygen levels
Go
go
down.
down, the fish start dying.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And if you underfeed them?
If you have underfeed them, they won't grow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So they're dying
They
essentially.
are dying, yeah.
Okay. How do you ensure that you are maintaining that right balance of feed?
First is to observe how your fish are feeding. You feed them very slowly. When you're there, don't come and give them feed as you are going. Just observe how they are feeding, and we'll know a certain amount they are feeding on.
Okay.
So you can decide, my fish are eating this amount at this period.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Help me understand that, because you have this pond.
Yeah.
You're coming, what time do you feed them?
10 a.m. in the morning and 4 p.m. in the evening.
Why 10 a.m. and
Because
4?
of the oxygen levels in water. In the morning they are very down, and also feeding them late in the evening, that will affect how they will behave at night.
Ah.
Yeah.
Why is nighttime important for the fish behavior?
What?
Night, at
No,
night. Why do you have to really think about how feeding them in the evening will affect them at night?
Because of the oxygen levels.
Mhm.
Because if you overfeed them, when they are full, they will struggle to breathe.
Oh,
Yeah. They
okay.
will struggle a lot to breathe at night because the oxygen levels will be down.
Uh-huh.
When the fish are very many in the pond,
Mhm.
they will struggle to breathe at night, and that can give you a lot of mortality. They will die, very many.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
You say that you have to take your time.
Yeah.
You know, some people look at Kevin's farm. They're like, how many ponds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 10, 11 ponds.
Yeah.
And they're like, most likely Kevin does the spray. If I feed moves to the next one, you see, you have to take your time.
Yeah, you have
how do you do that? Explain to us. Give us that mental picture.
Yes. We come with those feeds,
Mhm.
then you stay there. You feed them slowly as they eat. You see these pellets are floating ones. So you will know when you will feed them, they finish, you feed them again until you see they are not feeding anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that means they're full.
They are full.
Then you move to the next
You
one.
move to the next pond.
Okay.
Yeah. You take your time to feed them. You observe how they are behaving. You must be very keen on your pods and how the fish are behaving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So in terms of the behavior, there is the element of staying down.
Yes.
Means the pond is really nice,
Yeah.
well oxygenated, so they don't have to come gasp for air.
Yeah.
If they are on top,
Yes.
gasping,
For
that
air.
makes for air. That
Yes.
means is dangerous.
Yeah.
Are there other behaviors that somebody coming into this field of fish farming they really have to pay attention to, and many farmers miss?
They are,
Mm-hmm.
because mostly when you are transporting them,
Mm-hmm.
mostly tilapia and catfish, if you don't transport them the right way, you will end up killing so many.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's take a short break.
Yes.
When we come back, we'll talk about, of course, logistics of moving the fish
Yes.
in the proper manner so that you don't lose them.
Okay.
But also market, which is very, very important
Yeah.
prior to logistics,
Yes.
and what we can do,
Yes.
especially from a farmer perspective, areas that we can try explore to make sure that farmers are not going on a loss when it comes to fish farming. All right. So that is Farm Kenya. We take a short break. Right here at the Farm Kenya show. Still more to come on matters fish farming, specifically tilapia and catfish. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to the Farm Kenya show. And we are taking a short break. We are talking today about fish farming, specifically two kinds of fish. We're talking about tilapia and we're talking about catfish. Tilapia is one of the most consumed in the country. Catfish is coming up, of course, being embraced by different parts of our population. And today we are in Jikini Fish Farm in actually a very nice environment, very green. And we have the proprietor of the farm, Kelvin. Kiriki. Gavin, thank you very much. Let's continue with this conversation.
Yes.
This particular pond,
Yeah.
what's the size of this?
Catfish are allowed 200 grams to 400 grams,
Okay.
but they grow up to 1 kg plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is 10 by 10?
No,
What's the size here?
this is allowed 8 by 9.
8 by 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You keep catfish on this specific one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
For catfish, you say they take still 6 months to
Yeah,
mature?
6 to 7 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you say they feed more.
They feed more compared to tilapia.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are the prices as competitive in terms of when you take catfish to the market
Yes.
and you take tilapia the same weight?
Yes.
Does catfish, since it's eaten more, fetch more price?
Tilapia is eaten more than catfish. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Tilapia is eaten more than catfish.
Okay.
You will find many people asking about tilapia compared to how people ask about catfish. But the price is ranges from 600 per kilo for
Okay.
both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So when I take a look at some of the catfish that you rear here,
Yes.
so how many catfish do you have in this particular pond?
Around 200 pieces.
Okay.
Yeah.
200 pieces.
Yeah.
Is that the advised number, or normally you go up to the standard 1,000 for such
Yeah,
a
we
size?
you go up to 1,000, 2,000, depends.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys have been harvesting.
We have been harvesting. Then we restock.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, how do you manage that? Because sometimes we see also somebody has maybe fingerlings
Yes.
that are the same
Yes.
size, age rather.
Yeah.
And when it comes to harvesting,
Yes.
you have take everything and the pond is cleared, you start over.
Okay.
Is that the system, or is there this gradual
Yes.
where you have bigger size and you keep introducing different sizes so that when you're harvesting,
Yes.
there is continuity?
No, for catfish, you just have to introduce the same size. They grow, you sell all of them, then you introduce another one.
Yeah.
If you introduce smaller ones, they will be eaten by the bigger ones.
Oh.
They are carnivorous. Yeah.
Catfish are carnivorous.
Yeah. They eat each other.
They eat each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I see that.
Yes.
So you see how big can this grow?
They can go up to 1 kg plus.
1 kg plus.
Yeah, up to 2 kg.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in terms, because you say a lot of people eat tilapia, we're going to look at your tilapia later on.
Yes.
But for catfish,
Yes.
why has it not gathered that much traction? Or is it one of those hidden gems that a lot of Kenyans don't know, or they fear to try out?
Many people that have experienced here say because of how they look, they are slippery.
Uh-huh.
And also they have some zikona tudevu hapa mbele. So many people tend to fear. And also other people say they are not sweet compared to tilapia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Somebody anasema samaki iko na tundevu, mi skuli hiyo.
Hapana. Mwingine anasema inakaa nyoka, iko slippery. Yeah.
So hataki kula hiyo.
Hapana.
Unapenda catfish ama tilapia?
Tilapia.
Tilapia always.
Yeah, tilapia.
So you are amongst the many.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that. And I see they are also pretty, because right now
Yes.
the sun is pretty high.
Yeah.
So they tend to go deeper and go lower. So finding catfish right now, it's a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I see that.
Yeah.
Okay. So 200
Yes.
pieces right here.
Yeah.
The consumption rate is a little bit more than tilapia, but they're facing the same the same price per kg.
Yeah.
What is the incentive then if feeding this one takes more?
If you tilapia, there are people who love catfish.
Okay.
Yeah. So also for breeding, if you breed them, they give you a lot of money. So we sell them also as blooders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blooders.
Blooders. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There are people who buy them to go and breed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that.
Yes.
So it's still a lucrative market in of itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I see that.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about the market.
Yeah.
Because it's very critical, and
Yes.
already you've opened it up for us that there are options.
Yes.
You are selling for breeding especially.
Yeah.
But let's talk about, because you say before
Yes.
you start fish farming,
Yeah.
find market.
Yeah.
Find market.
Yes.
So talk to me about how do you go about catfish
Catfish.
market? How is it from your experience?
Okay, for us, we usually sell them to people who comes in. We market them, then we sell them to people who come in as they. You see, we are just along the highway.
Mm-hmm.
We sell them to people who are just getting in,
Okay.
yeah, in the farm.
Okay.
So as we don't struggle selling them, yeah,
That is
because
for,
of the location also.
it's prime, just
Yeah.
next to the board.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Some people just come, order, get me
Yeah.
3
yeah.
kgs
We
of
also
catfish.
prepare and send them to people.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very, very important.
Yeah.
So that is for catfish.
yes,
We also have tilapia.
yes,
Okay.
yeah,
Tilapia. But still on catfish,
Yes.
before we move to tilapia,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the way farmers,
yeah,
because you say you wait for walk-ins,
yes,
and that's been your clientele.
yeah.
How do you think fish farmers, especially those who are in catfish, what opportunities are there to diversify,
Yes.
so that not only they are not looking at buyers of fish per se,
Yeah.
but there is a way that they can value add. Is it a conversation that you are having with farmers who are coming here?
Yes,
Mhm.
you can value addition to your fish.
Mm-hmm.
You can start a small restaurant where you will be selling them. Also, you can do fillet. Also, you can look for market at the supermarkets and other places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, also Gekomba, there are some people who take their fish there.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Have you ever taken your fish?
yeah, I've taken.
Really?
Yeah,
How is it? How is that experience?
it was good.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
Mm.
Very, very important. So value addition is very important.
very important. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Around here, because you interact with farmers, a lot of people want to come and learn from you
Yes.
about fish farming.
yeah,
Somebody says, I want to come and learn about how to keep catfish.
yeah.
First of all, are you seeing that interest with a lot of people,
Yeah.
specifically on catfish? And what do you think is driving them?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people want to keep catfish and tilapia, especially those people who have those big dams. There are people who have big dams around Nanyuki, Loai. So you find them, they want to keep catfish and tilapia instead of their pots staying empty. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay, just to get some activity going in those spaces.
yeah,
I see that. Very, very important. I want us to go and look at the tilapia.
Yes.
And talk a little bit about your tilapia farming, if you may just come.
yes,
These are massive ponds, by the way.
yeah,
So you should be feeding them at the top of the hour at 4.
yeah, 4
That's the right time to feed them.
to feed them. Yeah,
And you're observing.
yeah,
Once the pellets are floating and none is interested, it means
yeah,
it's full.
they are full. Yeah,
That's good. That's amazing. I see that.
Yeah.
What's the biggest catfish that you've ever harvested from here?
2 kg.
2 kg.
Yes,
How long
it
is
was
that?
very big.
How big is that?
You couldn't hold it.
A 2 kg cat?
Yeah,
Fish.
yeah.
Is that a rarity? Like, it's not a normal weight?
Yeah, they grow up to that weight.
Okay.
If you keep them well.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's very, very interesting.
Yes.
Now, we are here.
Yes.
What type of fish do you keep here again?
We have tilapias here. Yeah.
Tilapia.
Tilapia.
The
Yeah.
most beloved fish
Yeah.
in the country.
Yeah.
So, talk to me about tilapia. Why do you keep tilapia?
Tilapia. Many people love tilapia, and they love taking tilapia. We have and we supply so many people. Hotels. We supply them because many people around this area love tilapia and they know tilapia. So the market it's a bit good
Okay.
compared to catfish.
Compared to catfish.
Yeah.
Because it's a popular, a
It's
well-known
popular. Yeah.
A delicacy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So here, how many in this size of pond? How many tilapias can you keep here? A maximum capacity, and how many do you have right now?
Here we have 500 pieces, but there we have 1,000 pieces.
1,000 on the next one.
Yeah.
500 here.
500 here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how?
Stocking them depends on the size of your pod. Also,
Okay.
for your fish to grow, you need to stock them depending on the size of your pod. We calculate the size of your pod and we tell you how many pieces you should keep there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
don't
what is
just
the
keep
metric
them.
that you use?
For tilapia, you keep 2 to 3 fish per square meter. Yeah,
2 to 3 per square meter.
per square meter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that is what
So
factors are you putting in? Is it oxygen, feed, or what exactly?
Because when you keep a lot of them, they will compete for oxygen, for feed, so the growth rate will be very down.
Okay.
So you have to keep them depending on the size of your pod.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you use the last system where water is circulating, you can keep even 1,000 in a very small piece of pod.
As long as there is that
circulation, yeah.
of water.
But if it's a normal pod where there is no circulation, we have to calculate how many pieces you need for a certain pod.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you making for a lot of farmers? Are they calling you and are you setting ponds up for them?
Yeah, we do. We construct pods for the farmers. We advise them on how to go about fish farming. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
From the way you started.
Yeah.
And now you're here many years down the line.
Yes.
Sometimes you gain insights from experience.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking,
Yes.
for you,
Yeah.
what initially, prior to starting keeping tilapia,
Yes.
didn't you know, and after you started keeping them, you're like, this is actually something that a lot of people don't know about tilapia. What are some of those interesting facts that you've observed as a fish farmer?
Yeah. For tilapia, is how they grow very fast around this area, and you find a lot of people wants them. So you find the market is good, and also for those who are selling the fingerlings, the fingerlings are making a lot of money.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you in the fingerling business?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Yeah, we do sell fingerlings.
So a piece, how much do you charge?
10 shillings a piece.
A piece?
Yeah.
So for 1,000, which you might advise
Yes.
for like that pond,
Yeah.
is
It's 10,000.
10,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm thinking now, our fingerling business.
Yeah.
Vis-a-vis
Yes.
raising fish to full size
Yeah.
and selling them.
Yes.
What will you advise somebody who's coming into the business for the first time? What will you advise them?
According to me, those people who are selling fingerlings are making more money compared to those who are growing them up to mature size.
Okay.
Because fingerlings just takes allowed 1 month and you start selling it. But to grow them to maturity takes allowed 6 months. So it takes a lot of time to grow them. Compared when you are selling fingerlings and like 1,000 pieces will give you so many fingerlings. Yeah.
All right.
So
talk to us about the process of getting your fingerlings, just process by process. Because
Yes.
when we think about fish farming,
Yes.
we are thinking about maturing fish in the pond.
Yeah.
So how do you go about the fingerling business?
Like the way I told you earlier, we buy brooders from different farms. So we buy males from one farm and females from the other farm. Then we keep them in our pods. We have hopper nets. We keep allowed if it's 1 male, 2 females or 3, depending on how you want to keep them.
Okay.
So if you keep 1 male, 2 females, you keep them in a hopper net or in a pod. Tilapias just take 21 days. They reproduce.
Okay.
They will have eggs and the fingerlings they will have flies by 21 days. Yeah. You have
Really?
flies, then you collect the flies, you put them in a different pod. Yeah. There are people who collect eggs and they put them in a hatchery. But for us, we collect those fingerlings and we transfer them to a different pond.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tilapias don't eat their own,
Yeah.
unlike catfish.
Tilapias keeps their egg in the mouth for those 21 days before they hatch. Yeah.
So when it hatches...
That's why you need to know there are different types of tilapia. When you're buying them, you can buy either mixed sex or monosex. Yeah.
A lot of us don't know about that. Talk to us about that.
Okay.
I mean, mixed sex and monosex.
Yeah, we have mixed sex, monosex. Mixed sex is when you buy when they are males and females. They tend to grow slower compared to when you buy them when they are monosex. When they are monosex, it means 99% of them they are males. And males tend to grow very fast because there is a hormone that is given to them when they are flies that makes them change to all males. Yeah, there is a hormone that is given to fish when they are fingerlings, when they are flies, that changes them to males. 99% of the fish. So when you grow them, they will grow very fast and they won't breed in the pod.
Really?
But yes, but when you buy when they are mixed sex, when you keep them in the pod, they will start breeding. You will have so many fingerlings unless you introduce catfish to reduce the number of fingerlings.
Also, catfish comes and clears out the fingerlings.
Yeah.
Okay.
To control bleeding. If you have so many fingerlings, you can introduce catfish. Yeah.
Wow, we didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
So hormone given to turn them to males.
To males, yeah. Sex reversal hormone.
Sex reversal hormone.
Yeah.
And do males, and because you've said males grow faster.
Yeah.
What are the pros and cons in terms of males vis-a-vis females? Are there people keep just purely female tilapia?
No, most of the people I know keep males because they grow very fast. Females grow slowly because they keep their eggs in the mouth. So that time when the eggs in the mouth, they don't feed. So they use their energy, the energy that they have. So they will take a lot of for those 21 days they don't feed. Yeah.
Well.
So they grow very, very slowly. But males, you see, they are still feeding. So you'll find a very big tilapia, which is a male, and a very big, very small tilapia also. And you bought them the same time, but because one is male and female, female will be very big. Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah.
And do they taste different?
No, they taste the same.
It tastes the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for the tilapia market for you, because catfish, you told us a lot of people just walk in and buy.
The same.
Is it the same?
Yeah, the same for tilapia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think tilapia farmers
Yes.
can sort of do to make money out of tilapia? Because there is value addition. We've talked about that.
Yes.
There is breeding, if you're able to do that, if you're good at that.
Yes.
Are there other avenues that a tilapia farmer, if you're coming into tilapia farming,
Yes.
You can sort of extend your arms and make more money, revenue?
Yes, if you do it in a large scale, you will get people who want you to supply. You will sign up contracts with people. You can be supplying them and they pay. Also, we have society that deals with fish. Yeah.
Around here in Sagana?
Yeah, we have societies. So you can get into one of the society and also you'll benefit from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Calvin, for your insights in regards to tilapia farming and catfish farming.
Yes.
We really do appreciate it.
Much welcome at Jokene Fish Farm.
Asante sana.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you have the skills on your hands to be able to get into fish farming, specifically tilapia and catfish. That's been our episode on the Farm Kenya Show. My name is Noki Pimboy, and bye-bye for now.